Conclusion. What 1999 taught us about the future? Standing in 1999, the future felt wide open in a way that is hard to recreate now. The world was not naive, but it was optimistic. There was a shared, almost global belief that the new century would be better than the last, more peaceful, more rational, more humane. Technology wasn't just advancing, it was redeeming. It would connect us, free us, smooth out history's sharp edges. That feeling matters. Not because it was right, but because it shaped the predictions themselves. Looking back from 2026, what's striking is not how wrong people were, but how reasonable they sounded at the time. The futurists of the late 1990s weren't guessing wildly. They were extrapolating honestly from what they could see: faster computers, cheaper networks, rising globalization, a world freshly freed from Cold War fear. They assumed continuity. They assumed goodwill. They assumed that progress, once unlocked, would mostly move forward. And in many cases they were right, just not in the way they imagined. What we got right? A surprising number of predictions landed. The internet did become the backbone of human communication. On-demand media reshaped culture. Smartphones absorbed entire categories of devices. Remote work broke the monopoly of the office. Surveillance became ambient. Cyber warfare became normal. Pandemics disrupted global systems. The mistake wasn't direction. It was texture. The future arrived, but it arrived messier, slower, more uneven, and more psychologically taxing than expected. Technology solved problems while quietly creating new ones. Convenience traded places with privacy. Efficiency exposed fragility. Connection amplified conflict. We didn't get the clean future. We got the human one. What we got wrong? Where the predictions failed, they tended to fail for the same reasons. They underestimated. Institutional resilience, nation-states didn't vanish. Human behavior, we didn't stop working, printing, or arguing. Trust as a constraint, online voting stalled, not surged. Complexity as a brake, flying cars, nanobots, digital immortality. Many predictions assumed that once something was technically possible, it would become socially inevitable. History proved otherwise. Culture, fear, politics, and inertia mattered just as much as innovation. The future was not a straight line, it zigzagged. The deeper lesson of 1999, the most important thing 1999 teaches us, isn't about technology. It's about mood. The late 1990s believed in progress as a shared project. There was confidence, sometimes excessive, that systems could be improved without tearing social fabric. That global problems could be managed. That the arc of history bent, if not toward perfection, then at least toward stability. That belief infused the predictions with hope. By 2026, the tone has changed. We are more cautious, more fragmented, more aware of unintended consequences. We still innovate, but we trust less. We forecast with hedges, disclaimers, and contingency plans. We didn't lose intelligence. We lost innocence. Why looking back matters. Revisiting these predictions isn't about mocking the past or congratulating ourselves. It's about perspective. The people of 1999 were not foolish. They were hopeful. And that hope, even when misplaced, powered real progress. Many of the things we now take for granted exist because someone once believed earnestly that the future could be better. For readers in their 20s today, who never experienced a world without smartphones, streaming, or permanent connectivity, 1999 offers a reminder. The present was once unimaginable. And the future still is. A final thought. If this book proves anything, it's this. We are very good at predicting what will change. We are terrible at predicting how it will feel. The future never arrives as promised, but it always arrives carrying echoes of what we once hoped for. In 1999, the world stood on the edge of a new century and believed, collectively, that things were about to get better. That belief didn't survive intact. But it mattered.